Hey, what's up? Jonathan here with Blackbridge Outdoors. So, our last episode was episode 5. I believe it was on arrow anatomy. Today was going to be episode 6, broadheads and quivers. However, we had a viewer comment on one of our videos that he liked what we were doing, and so I messaged him, kind of talked to him a little bit, and he said he's new into bow hunting, he knows how to shoot and things, but he had some questions about actually, the process of getting in the tree stands and how to, bow hunt actually within the stand, kind of things to do and things like that. He's brand new to bow hunting, so we're going to make a couple of videos here. We're going to kind of skip ahead in our series. I was going to put that a little towards the end, but, he wants to see it now, so we're going to put it in now. So I figured a good way to start with that is kind of talking about what I bring on a bow hunt with me in terms of my pack and my bow and all that kind of stuff. And then the next couple videos we'll talk about getting into a stand safely and all that, and then how I like to set up in a stand, and then the whole process of when a deer comes in and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I guess we'll go over the pack first. So this is my pack. It's just a more of a hiking, over the shoulder type of pack. Excuse me. This one's from REI. It's just got a belt and a strap over your shoulder and 2 cup holders, and then it's got this front bungee pocket, another pocket that's a little that's enclosed, and then we got a big open pocket. So usually I'll put a drink or something like that in the cup holders, and then in one of the outside pockets of all my packs, I like to bring a whistle. Just it's a good safety feature in case you fall out of your stand or you trip and you can't get up because you bust your ankle or something like that. It's just a good little safety feature to have. Then on the outside of my pack, I have my licenses. So here I have my New York license here, and then I hunt some public land that you have to get special permits for, so I have that in this one. Always want to have them out and on display on your back like you're supposed to, not in your pocket. So then usually what I'll do is in the big open compartment of the pack, I'll put things I'm either not going to need until I harvest an animal, or that I'm not going to need quick access to, while I'm walking into the stand, or that I won't need until I get right into the stand. That way, it's kind of just there, and I keep the smaller outside pocket with a little bit more organization for things I need to grab kind of immediately, and I'll adjust things when I get in the stand. So in the big pocket for I'm walking in, I have my thermocell right now. It's somewhat warm still here in New York, so for the first week or two, I'll probably bring this with me just in case because I hate the bugs. Then I have my rangefinder. This is just it's not a super crazy expensive one. It's just a normal rangefinder. If I'm hunting stands I've hunted a long time and I kind of know my distances and know my markers, I might not bring that. But I usually like to bring it anyway just to double check. When I get in the stand, I'll range a few trees and things and I kind of know distances, and then I'll put it away because I don't like to have to worry about it when a deer is coming in. If you're shooting further distances, it might be a good idea to keep it on you just so you can be that much more sure. On the line of optics, let's go to binoculars. These are actually my dad's old binoculars. They're 8x42. Yeah, don't skimp on binoculars. Get good binoculars. These ones just have an over-the-neck strap. I really need to get an over-the-shoulder strap just so it's easier to hold and carry. Binoculars, always have them on. Anytime I'm in the stand, they're around my neck just because I always like to look. Especially, I like to hunt a lot of thick stuff, so if I see something moving off in the distance, I'll pull the binoculars up and I know that's a squirrel or oh, that's a deer, especially in the thick stuff, or if you want to see what's going on across the field. Highly recommend taking the time to spend a good amount of money on binoculars, and always, always, always wear them. Even in the walk-in in the afternoon, I'll wear them. Here in New York, our fall turkey season coincides with deer season, so I'll keep a few turkey calls with me just in case. Bring a little cough muffler. I don't know why I got this, but I did, and it deadens your cough. Works a little bit better in your elbow, but your elbow's free and it works just fine. If I'm sick, I might keep that around my neck. Other than that, I keep it in my bag. Another thing I'll put in here is my rattle bag. So if it's not during the rut, usually I'll just leave this right in my bag. If it's during the rut, I'll leave it hanging on a limb or something. Some guys like to use real antlers. I think they sound better. I just don't like to have to carry them. This is nice and compact. Still makes a pretty good sound, but it's just easier for me to carry in and out than real antlers, although I do think they sound better. So we've got that. My grunt call. So I used to use the True Talker grunt call. I think it's one of the better calls on the market. This was actually developed by the same gentleman that developed the True Talker. This is a Say It All deer call. They're a local company out of New York. I'll put their link in the description below. When it comes to choosing a call, I highly recommend choosing one that you can go all the way from a buck grunt, deep buck grunt, down to a nice soft doe bleat, just because then you have that nice range and you're not carrying a bunch of calls. You can carry the cans. They're a pain in the you-know-what, and you have to bring all the different ones, and if they tip over when you don't want them to, all that kind of stuff, they're a pain. The other thing I'll keep in here is my harvest bag. So this is everything I need once I harvest a deer. On the outside of it, I keep some biodegradable flagging. So then if I need to, mark my arrow or mark blood trail or mark my deer or whatever, I can, and if I don't have the time or I forget to go back and grab it, I know it'll be okay in the environment. Inside of here, I keep, let me see here, keep 2 knives. One is an outdoor edge. It has the replaceable blades. Highly recommend getting a replaceable blade knife. Doesn't matter if it's outdoor edge. Raptor Razor is also another great brand. And then I keep just a traditional buck knife just because I know that one will definitely never fail me. So highly recommend 2 knives just in case. Keep gloves. Usually I'll keep, it's caught on something. Keep 2 pairs of hand gloves, and then usually 1 or 2 pairs of shoulder gloves. I don't mind getting bloody. I've done it without gloves before. It's just you don't want to get all bloody, and then if you have to stop at the gas station or if you have to go somewhere, it just doesn't portray a good image, especially for hunters. I'll keep pens and zip ties in here to keep my tags on. I'll put a couple bags in case I want to save the liver or the heart or something. And then usually I'll throw in a copy of the regs just in case either I get bored and want something to read or I have a question, while I'm deer hunting. Oh, is it turkey season now? I can't remember. Then I always have them right here. I can check even if I don't have service. I also have a magazine and an article in there that kind of describes the, how long you should wait if you hit a deer here, how long you should wait if you hit a deer here, how to know if you hit a deer here or there. Just in case, in the heat of the moment, I got super excited and I just wasn't thinking clearly, wasn't paying attention. If I'm not sure, I can always refer back to that. I'll make another video or 2 on that in the future, but it's always good to have an extra backup there. So now moving on to the front pocket of my pack. So in here, I'll have some urine, especially if it's during the rut. I'll have reflective twist ties. I've had a real hard time trying to find these in the stores, but both sides are reflective. One side is red, one side is white. They're both reflective. And I love those for either marking your way into stands, marking your trail in, marking your trail out, or marking where your arrow was, or marking trail blood, or what have you. So then if you have to go back and either it's night, so like let's say you shoot a deer in the evening, you start tracking them, it starts getting dark, and you're still on blood, you start throwing one of those up every 30, 40 yards or whatever, and then it comes, you can't find them, and you're starting to kind of run out of blood, so you think it's a good idea to back out. Well, now you have a nice kind of reflective path. They're just little ones, so it's not like it's interrupting the forest a ton, and it's an easy way, they're light, all that kind of stuff, so I highly recommend trying to find those if you can. I'll keep my wallet in here. Headlamp, try not to use a headlamp. I always bring one just in case I want one. Particularly if I get in super extra early, I'll probably wear one. Or if you're walking out late, especially if you got to drag a deer out late, that kind of thing. Let's see here. A bow rope. So bow rope is what you use to pull your bow up to your stand. I always carry one around, even though we have them at all of our permanent stands and our hang-on stands. Obviously, if you're using a climber, you might want to bring one of these. I always bring one. I always bring it extra long just in case. If I need to cut it for something else, I have it, and I don't have to worry about that. Paracord works. You can go buy them in the store, too. Ratchet strap. I always bring an extra ratchet strap just in case the one on our stand either isn't working right, or it came loose, or it broke for some reason. It's always just good to have an extra one. Then you can always re-ratchet your stand in if you need to. You can tighten up the ladder if you need to, just as an extra safety precaution. It's always good. It's not super heavy. This is kind of just another regular strap. This one actually comes with little hooks. So you feed it through, and then you tie it around the tree, and then you have hooks that you can hang stuff on. I got the hooks over here in an organizing bin. I just got to throw them in here. Highly recommend bringing one of those. Then you don't have to screw stuff into the tree. On the Cornell property, we're not allowed to screw things into the tree, so I like to bring that. I still have all my hooks to hang stuff on. Speaking of hooks, this is an old climbing step. So before we had ladders and you know, attachable ladders and then ladder stands and things, you either had to climb up in a tree or you had to use the screw-in steps. So basically you just screwed it in and then that was your step. I always bring one in case, you know, something happened to the one section of your ladder, you know, your strap-on ladders. Something happened to a section of it, I can try to use this to get up to the next one, although it's probably not safe. And then you also have a really big hook. So if the hook in the tree fell out and you forgot your other hook, you have one big hook that you can put everything on. So that's always nice. Then, you know, I usually throw some lip balm in there, a pack of gum, that kind of stuff. So that's really it. That's, you know, other than snacks and little miscellaneous things like that, I might throw a, you know, a multi-tool in there or something just in case I need it. Maybe an Allen wrench for your bow. Speaking of that, always bring your bow. When I'm hunting, if I'm going to try to harvest 2 deer, so if I'm going to try to get a buck and a doe or try to whack 2 does down for some meat, I'll try to bring 4 arrows. If I don't have the time or I just don't want to deal with trying to get 2 deer, I'll just bring 3. Just a little lighter, not that arrows are heavy. You got your quiver and then your bow, obviously. Can't hunt without this, right? Set this down here. And then probably the most important piece of bow hunting equipment when hunting in a tree stand is your safety harness. So this is a tree spider harness. It's a full body harness, comes over my shoulders and then wraps around my legs. Has the nice bungee cord here. Most stands you buy today will come with a body harness. I'm telling you guys, spend the extra money and get a really good tree harness. Just do it. It's safe. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about falling and getting hurt. And the last thing you want to do is go bow hunting and not be able to come back because you fell out of your tree stand. So spend the extra $100, couple $100 to get a really good one. It's going to last you, that's comfortable, that you can wear all the time. Because if it's not comfortable, you're probably not going to wear it. And I'm telling you, don't go in a stand without wearing one. It's just stupid. It's not smart. You're not being a tough guy. You're just being an idiot. So don't do it. Like I said, most tree stands nowadays come with a full body harness. They're not usually as nice as one like this. They're usually a little bit more bulky and a little heavier and things like that. But don't skimp on that. So this is kind of a quick overview of what I bring with me into the stand. Like I said, other than like water and snacks and things like that. This is kind of my it is my closet at school. My apartment at school. So I got most of my hunting stuff in here, clothes-wise and things like that. I've got some of it back home that I just know I won't need now because it's not cold enough or whatever. And yeah, I have another shed that I keep some hunting stuff in. But this is it. This is pretty much the basic what I bring with me when I'm going bow hunting. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. I hope it was informative for you and taught you something. And like I said, you know, if you're looking for a certain video or anything like that, let me know. We'll make it happen. We'll get it in. And so thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you found this video helpful. And good luck bow hunting.